Hello students, welcome to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University for UG first year, first semester. Today we are going to discuss block demand analysis. In that we try to learn the law of demand. So let's understand the basic introduction about the demand. What is demand? Demand refers to the quantity of good or a service that consumers are willing and able to purchase at various prices during period of time. We know that many people generally casually use called the demand is very high. So please remember, when demand will be high, willingness and ability to buy. For example, someone, he or she wants to buy a BMW car, latest model or Lamborghini. Now, if they have willingness, but they don't have enough money to buy the BMW car or any Lamborghini car. So, how do you say, is it a demand? No. They have willingness to buy. If you ask how many of you want to have BMW, everybody may say that yes sir, I would like to have it. But when people who's having willingness and ability to buy, then only we call it as a demand. The other way also, some people may have ability to buy, that means they will have money but they don't want to buy, then also we will not call it demand. This should be matched, willingness and ability to pay. Whenever these two matches, willingness and ability to pay, we say that any particular commodity, demand for that particular good is high or low based on willingness and ability to purchase. So this we need to remember. So this is very properly, if you want to explain, this is also known as law of the demand. What is the law of demand explains? It explains the functional relationship between price of a commodity and quantity demanded. The law of demand states that amount of demand increases with fall in price and diminishes with a rise in price, which is very clear. It's that whenever price of commodity increases, demand falls. Whenever price falls, demand increases. Other things may be constant when you take a price. Suppose say you like to buy ice cream, right? If the ice cream price from 50 rupees to, if it has come down to 10, a person who wants to eat one ice cream may buy now more than one, right? Price has decreased, demand will increase. The other way also possible, when the price increases, demand falls. Suppose from 50 to 500 rupees, if ice cream has increased, so the persons who earlier used to consume 5 ice creams may consume only 1 ice cream now. So that way the demand will fall. So the law of demand always says that the relationship between the price and the demand. When price increases, what happens to the demand? So this is what it tries to explains. And in economics, whenever we want to explain, you may get lot of doubts. How it can be, whether it can be changed. So certain assumptions are very much important. Without assumption, the law of demand will not hold. What are the assumptions? Income of the consumer remains constant. Income of the consumers remains constant. That means your income is constant. When I said that you wanted to buy ice cream, right? During that time your income is constant. So it is no change. There is no change in the consumer's taste and preferences. Sir, now I don't like to eat, I don't prefer this. No. So there are constant. There is no change in the consumer taste and preferences. There should not be any change in the price of related good. The cold items, like suppose if you feel ice cream, then your cool drinks are cheaper, then there is a problem. So the related goods prices also, there should not be a change. There should not be any change in the quantity of the product. Okay? That means in the production process, we either supply should not be more or less, it should be the same. The habits of the consumers remains unchanged. As we mentioned, if the law of demand if has to hold, all these assumptions should work out. Please remember, all this should be true, then your law of demand will work. Okay. Now, the demand conditions. If you see, the demand condition depends on three factors. As we said, desire on the part of the buyers to buy, ability to pay the specified price for it, willingness to buy or willing to pay for it. These three factors, please remember, under the demand conditions. So, this also you can see desire plus ability to play plus willingness to buy. So, this is called the demand condition. Okay. This can desire plus ability to pay plus willingness to buy will change the demand condition. For example, if I take another one, if economically a poor person wants to buy a car, it is only a desire, as I told you, but not demand, as he can't pay for the car. If a rich man wants to buy a car and is willing to spend money to buy it, it demands as he will be able to pay for the car. Therefore, desire backed up by the purchasing power and willingness to buy is known as demand. I hope all the students will remember. So, now demand function, how the demand function, what we discussed is, demand is a function of price, income, price of related goods and tastes, and this also can be expressed mathematically. D equal to function of P, Y, PR, T. So, this is like your price, income represented as a Y, price of related goods is PR, taste is with a T. So, when income of or price of related goods and tastes are given, demand is function of price, right. So, when we look at overallly, right, what we have learned is what is demand, how demand functions, how it works, how orally it will be helpful for the deciding a factor. Even as a producer, if I want to produce any commodity, you estimate the demand, then accordingly you produce the this. So, that is the reason I think in this part of the this we learned about what is the law of demand, how it works, what factors it works, and what are the major functions of it we have learned in this particular part of this